Hello everybody, this is a Lamley unboxing. Hot Wheels USG case. We've done the international case. Found it to be a pretty decent case. Really good super. Mattel sent this one. So we've done the one that came from A&J Toys. Mattel sent this one. It means it's in retail. It's going to be hitting if it hasn't hit already. So that's when we do the unboxings. Early morning, earliest I've filmed an unboxing in a long time. Mainly just because I wanted to, and why not, right? So a little bit of a different angle because of where the sun is sitting. It's a little brisk here in the morning, a little bright, a little windy. Great weather for an unboxing. So let's go ahead and do it. We can do a little comparison. I don't think we found the regular the regular treasure hunt in the last case. It's like a birthday cake thing. I don't remember, then I saw it. There's the wind. And so we're going to see if it's in here, and then we'll see what else we find here on this nice morning. And we start with the Custom 53 Cadillac. There's the 75 Chevy Blazer Custom and the Alpha Pursuit, all from the last case, I believe. Same with these, BMW 2002, Chevy C10, and the Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR Liberty Walk. Seems like we're starting very similar as we did to the international case. Morgan Super 3, Gas Monkey Garage 68 Corvette, and the custom Kia EV6. You can hear the bell, it's the Solari bell that we have in our backyard. We have a couple of them. 69 Mercury Cyclone, you can look those up. S-O-L-E-R-I, they're really beautiful, made in Arizona. Rapid Pulse in the Honda CB750 Cafe. Really dig the Mercury Cyclone. I think that was we graded the case. I graded it a B+. I finished with an A-, but after thinking about it, I think this is a B+ case. You guys can tell me what you think, but that is I'd put the Cyclone as a highlight in this case for sure. Wherever I'm going to put that. Buns of Steel, Diora 3, and the Audi Avant RS2 in white. Love that one. Ultimate T-Rex Transporter, the Amaru GTC. We welcome the old Hot Wheels ID wheels to Basic. Nice to see them there. They're a little more toy-like. They worked on ID. I'll see as they show up on other models, especially when we talk about licensed models. We'll see how that looks in this on some of these models, because I did like them on ID, but it was more because they were a differentiator from the other cars in these other series. Monster Dairy Delivery, Datsun 240Z, that is really cool. Leeway's design with the cherry blossoms, which runs a theme that he's been doing with some of the other mystery cars and stuff. There was a 510 wagon in maybe it was a mystery model, maybe it was in a 5-pack, and then there was the coupe that he did, same with these cherry blossoms. So he's been doing this series of cherry blossoms, which is cool. And there's the Ford Mustang. So we'll take the 240Z, put that in the highlight pile. Roger Dodger 2.0, Minecart, and the Salt Shaker. Yeah, this is my favorite little trio in the last case too. Just like in the international, I think this trio showed up. Audi Avant RS2 in white, which we've already seen, but the McLaren W1, Ron Wong's McLaren design, which is really beautiful, especially for Basic. And then the just absolutely stunning Ford Model A Custom 31. This, and I don't know if I explained this, but it has been explained. Craig Callum, who designs for Basic, obviously, one of the managers there, designed, this is his car. It's one of his project cars, and he's there. If you follow him on Instagram, C4 Craig, I think is his Instagram. I'll have to remember that, maybe put it in a link. Obviously, he made this car. He made a replica of this car, and he created a new wheel, which looks like a turning wheel. It's kind of a two-spoke, but it looks like it's flying, especially across like the desert, Bonneville, that kind of thing that these cars would be doing. So, two big highlights. I think highlights of the year, to be perfectly honest. Datsun 240Z, Monster High Ghoulmobile, and Snoopy. Oh, there it is. We got it. There's the regular treasure hunt. Sorry, this watch is getting in my way. Buns of Steel. These are the two highlights. 2018 Bentley Continental GT3, John Player Special Inspired. Oh, and you can see in the sun, it's kind of more of like a metal flake dark green I don't know if it's supposed to be that dark green or if it's supposed to be black, but it really comes across in the sun. That is just a cool model. BMW 6 Series will come out later. We'll have that same deco. And there is your regular treasure hunt, the Happy Birthday birthday burner. So with a gold engine, you can put a candle up top, and there's that. So this is kind of cool because you would think, you know, like, I think the treasure hunts are really made more for kids to kind of pull in new collectors. And so a kid that gets this one and then opens it up and sees that it got something special based on the text, it's a really good treasure hunt. I think that's a highlight. You know, I could care less about it personally as a collector, but in terms of like effectiveness as a treasure hunt, that can pull someone in when a kid opens it up for his birthday and says, or her birthday, and goes, what? I got something special? All right, there is the 83 Chevy Silverado. 83 Chevy Silverado with the small white walls. It's just so cool. Just one of the, and I said this before, is one of the better releases of the 83 Silverado in a long time. Really dig that one. Just the color, the deco, everything. And then there's the Dodge Challenger and the Ford Model A Custom 31 once again. Moving on. With the wind, let's make sure that is protected. Diora 3, Hot Wheels Formula Solar, and there's Optimus Prime, model that a lot of folks are after. Isn't it fun to pull a super? Porsche 911 Rally Super Treasure Hunt. There's the Shelby GT500 and the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. But we pulled what is so far the super of the year, I think, for collectors. The Porsche 911 Rally. There it is with its real riders. It's bright Spectraflame green. Oh man, that is awesome. Super excited to have pulled. I mean, it's always cool to pull a super. I actually, because I had because I pulled this just in case, I pulled this one from the international case, the regular one. So there you go. Super and regular. I don't think we'll get the regular, but am I complaining? No, because we have the super treasure hunt. Ah, it's so fun. All right, this case is instant A. It's always fun to pull a super treasure hunt. There's the Shelby and the Jeep Gladiator. Did you guys see it? I don't know if it was visible. I didn't see it because of the angle that I'm sitting at, but maybe the camera caught it and you guys caught it before I did. But awesome. Small block BMW 2002 and the Dodge Dart. Pixel Shaker Chevy El Camino and the DMC DeLorean in teal. El Camino is a highlight for sure. Pulled the super. When was the last pull? What was the last super I pulled? Have I pulled, let's see, A case, no. B case, no. C case, no. D case is the Datsun, right? No. And then the Jeep, right? Or am I missing one here? I don't think I've pulled a super yet this year. Have I? I don't think I have. So I'll take it. I'll take the Porsche being the one super I've pulled. Rapid Pulse, Small Block, and the Batmobile. Maybe you guys will remember and I'll say I did, but Hodo Roto, Brian Zhao's design. There's another Chevy Blazer, and then the very nice Nissan Skyline GTR R33. That deco is growing on me. I think it's pretty sweet. All right. Put that here. Purple Passion. The previously Purple Passion. The previously Purple Passion is now purple and white. Dodge Challenger and another Jeep Gladiator. 67 Chevy C10, 68 Dodge Dart, and the Big Air Bel Air. I put the Big Air Bel Air as a highlight. We'll just kind of stay with where we are right now. Mustang Moto Roto. Oh, these got a little stuck here. It happens. All right, I really do love the color on the Mazda MX-5 Miata, the Legends winner. I just think that is awesome. I think the sun just hit a tree right there, so the shadow is right there on the Mazda, so I can go up or I can go down. There we go. Just love that color. There's another Amaru GTC and the Pixel Shaker. Highlight pile's big. Highlight pile is big. Another McLaren, another Corvette, another Skyline. And we finish off custom 53 Cadillac. And I think I was so shocked by the Super, I didn't say it, so I will now. Oh, look, a Batmobile. And there is the quick bite. All right. This was good. This was good. Our highlights remain the Nissan Skyline and that fantastic Bentley. I'm looking forward to opening that one up. New model-wise, what do we have new model-wise? I think, well, you have... All right, here's, if I organize this, the new models, the recolor of the Miata, better than the first version. The Ford Model A Custom 31 and McLaren, that's a great group of new models. So that's, you know, and you 2 or 3 like that, or 3 or 4. I'd prefer 4 really good new models. But though that's a really good trio. I would say these are 3 really good decos of popular castings. The Bentley's not as popular, but it's just so good. So that really gives it a strong grade. Nice versions of nice cars. I mean, actually, this is a really strong deco, too, of a beloved casting, so I'll put that in there. And then when you talk about regular treasure hunt, maybe not collector-friendly as much, but I think a really effective treasure hunt, so I'll give that a good grade. And then the Super, well, it's a Porsche, and it's a rally Porsche, and it's got one of the great Spectre Flame colors, this green color, and I pulled it. So now as I go through this, there's a lot of factors. How many good models are in a case? That's a pretty good pile right there. That's a pretty good pile. So I'm going to say, I'm going to move it up to an A- from the B+ that I started with, because I really do like that regular treasure hunt, and I really like the new models, and I really like the decos, and I really like the Super. It's a good case, and I've said this, I over-explain this. I won't say the word bold crap, but you're going to have a million models that kids are going to pull off the pegs. That's what they're there for. So, but if you give me a good 3 or 4 good new models, some really good decos on collector-friendly models, and a really good Super treasure hunt, and a decent regular treasure hunt, that's going to, you're going to have to give me a really good reason to not move away from the A, because that's a good case. So I'm giving this one an A-. Up from the B+ from the last one. You guys tell me what you think. Thanks, everybody. Bye.